What's up, guys? It's Brian here, and today I'm bringing you my first ever LEGO Star Wars 2021 set review, and this is a very highly anticipated set, the most hyped of the wave for sure, and it is the Trouble on Tatooine. Set number 75299, contains 276 pieces, retails for $30 in the United States, comes out officially on January 1st. I was able to find this early at a local department store of mine. I got it for $37, so it was a little bit pricey, but it was worth it to get it early and to be able to get this set and review it for you guys a little earlier than the January 1st day. And as I'm uploading this, Merry Christmas Eve to you guys. This is a good way to come back to YouTube on Christmas Eve. But anyway, let's get into the set because it has one very, very highly anticipated minifigure. But is the rest of the set good too? That you're paying $30 for one desirable figure, and if you don't have the Razor Crest or Baby Yoda or the buildable Baby Yoda, you get little Baby Yoda as well. So let's see, is this worth the $30? Alright guys, so here we are taking an up-close look at the Trouble on Tatooine set. We'll look at the figures a little later, we'll save Beskar-armored for last. But let's look at these builds, because you get 3 builds in this $30 set with the 3 minifigures. So like, is each of these builds worth like the $10 if you put like one figure with each of them? Maybe, if you want to split it up that way. You can call it that, and actually, if you do it like that, they're each kind of like an individual microfighter. So if you price it out like that, kind of makes sense. I just came up with that analogy right now. Very proud of myself. Well, let's look at the one that I think is kind of the lamest first, the little hut campsite build. It's good for display. It has some weird, it has a weird look to it with all the little clips up here. I love the dark tan and the way that they got the shaping. But even with like the Technic that's right in the middle and right there, it's kind of a little ugly if you ask me. And even the seats in there don't really function as like seats. They just kind of, you can sit a Tusken Raider in there to where that little seat display is, but then he's just kind of sitting there. So it's kind of awkward if you ask me. It's weirder in person than I thought it would be. You could just have them stand by the campfire, I guess, but that's pretty much it. You got a little clip here if you want to put his little staff, I suppose. There's a little pot over here with a bone, that whatever they were cooking. So it's a strange little build. It's not as good in person as I wanted it to be. But just because it's the weakest of the 3 doesn't mean that the other 2 aren't pretty good. We've got the Tusken Raider crossbow launcher thing. I don't know the exact term. I'm sure you're all going to comment it. But this build's pretty cool too. It doesn't function like you see in The Mandalorian, because obviously this is from episode 1 of season 2, where he goes to Tatooine. But it's got a spring-loaded shooter up here with a silver spring-loaded shooter. This is actually, I mean, gunmetal gray. Never seen it in this color before. It might have been in other sets that I just don't have. But it's very exposed up here. The brick itself is just put in like that, with no decoration or anything, and if you accidentally hit that, it's gone. So that's the only part of it that's weird, but the rest of it actually came together really well. I like the details out here. The wheels are nice. The little display, what do you call it? The legs down here are pretty cool. This piece really just holds together the legs from breaking off the clear piece. You do get a little functionality back here. This goes up and down for some reason, even though you put Tusken Raider back here to hold on to the little pistol and let him shoot. These things turn but don't do anything, and then you've got the builds for the little, what do you call it? I guess they're like the springs, or I can't think of these terms today, but it's very cool. It came together nicely. It gets the look down very well. Nice little display piece. And then there's the speeder, which I think is the coolest of the set. It's a very interesting speeder build. It's unique because it's got this weird color scheme. Everything is brick built, so there's no like giant speeder piece holding it all together. And it came together pretty cool. Let's see, I have Mando's blaster clipped on the side over there, his long rifle. And it's just got some nice little details in there. Very cool coloring, some very nice greebling as well. And it kind of moves, this section kind of moves up and down a little bit. This front section hinges over here. But you can take Mando and put him in. It's kind of awkward. It doesn't work all that well, and I hate bending capes. It's just a real pet peeve of mine. but then he can kind of grip onto those, and it's a weird fit, I have to say. I don't really love it for having a figure in there. But you do have the little baby carrier that you can throw old Baby Yoda or all Grogu in there, and he can be in there all cute and adorable, and that's really cool. I love having Baby Yoda, Grogu in there. So, those are the builds. I think it's got 2 decent builds, and 2 good builds and 1 decent one, but you're not really buying the set for the builds. Like, as much as we all like the speeder and the Tusken Raider thing over here, you're getting the set for the figures. Let's see if these figures are any good. So 2 of the figures in this set are not new at all. And the first one being the Tusken Raider. He's a very common figure these days, but he's very good. I like this Tusken Raider figure. I think he would have benefited from having having a cloth waist cape or something, because they have all those robes on the Tusken Raiders. But it's a good figure. Gets the job done very well. I like the head mold too, which has been around for, what, 4 or 5 years at this point? The staff can be a little better. But yeah, it's good to get another Tusken Raider. I wish that this set came with 2. This is one I pulled from my collection. I wish that we had gotten, like, a second Tusken Raider. Actually, this might be a new Tusken Raider with that printing there. Correct me if I'm wrong. This is from my collection. But I'm not sure. I just realized that printing is different. But it would have been cool to get a second Tusken Raider in the set, but you don't. You just get the one. Here's a picture of the set I took with an additional Tusken Raider added. I think that would have made the set more worth it, but we only get the one, but he's cool. I'll take him, and I'll use my other Tusken Raiders that I have from my collection to put this set on display. The second figure we get in this set is, again, not new or exclusive, but this is now officially the cheapest way to get the child, or Baby Yoda, or Grogu, or whatever you want to call him. This guy's awesome. He was awesome in the Razor Crest, he's awesome in the Baby Yoda buildable set, and he's awesome in this set as well. It's just, and this is also a very good way for people to get him in a cheap set. So if you don't have the Razor Crest, this set is a must-get for you, because you do get Beskar Mando, and then you do get the child, Baby Yoda, Grogu, whatever you want to call him. But yeah, he's got the squishy head, it turns like that, a little bit of printing there, very, very cute. Love this guy. He's awesome. But for those of us who do have a Baby Yoda in our collection, the real reason that we're all really getting this set is to get the Beskar version of Din Djarin the Mandalorian, in his Beskar armor. And this figure is pretty good. I have a few minor complaints about it. I'm going to bring in some other figures for comparison, but let's just look at him before I start to nitpick and compare. I love all of the chrome accents on him, and the fact that he's got arm printing in a $30 set is awesome. You'd expect this figure to come in like the UCS Razor Crest if that ever became a thing. But like he's got even like the small details, like the triangle there to represent the whistling birds. On this side, he's got the Mudhorn symbol right there. It's just these little tiny details that they really nailed for his entire body. It's all printed on a dark brown, which is okay. It looks a little strange for some reason, but I do like it. It's growing on me. And he's got even his belt that goes across, his knee padding. He does have some printing on his back, which if I flip the cape around, he's got some more chrome printing back there that you don't even see because he has the cape on. And he just does have, again, you see the black stud underneath it, even though we have seen Din Djarin's face now a few times in the show. He's got just the black stud. And then the helmet is a new color, and I'm not sure how much I love it. I have phases of liking it versus disliking it, but if you bring in, it feels like it's too light. But if you bring in the older version of Mando with his dark helmet, and you put them next to each other, this one looks really light next to the dark helmet. I actually do have a second one of this helmet. So if you were to put on the old version of his helmet, then, like, I like this dark helmet, but then it doesn't match the chrome. So it's in a weird place, because I do like this dark helmet a lot better. But in some lighting, like that lighting right there, I see on my camera, it can get it to work a little bit with the shiny chrome. But I understand why they went with the new helmet color. I just wish it was something in between these two colors, because they're each like decent helmets. This just really feels like it's too light. Also, the printing should definitely be a little higher. that goes for the old version too. It should be a little higher up on the figure. But also, just a quick little tutorial to add to this review. The way that I make Din Djarin without his helmet, and this is just something very quick, doesn't come with the set. I just have a very quick custom to show you. I take Cassian Andor's face and give him this hairpiece. I don't know the exact identification of it, but this hairpiece came in the Dino Bones set, I know, and it probably came in a bunch of other stuff too that I'm forgetting. Doesn't come with the set, but just thought I'd give you a quick little tutorial if you're trying to make a Din Djarin without his helmet on. And I like that custom quite a bit. However, that's the Mandalorian figure. That's Din Djarin with his Beskar armor. We've waited for him for a long time, and he's finally in this set. If you love this figure, the set's definitely worth the money. Last little piece about Din that I forgot to mention. I am all over the place with this review. You'll see it in a second. I wish he came with a jetpack. I added the Jango Fett jetpack to his back that goes, it fits perfectly right above his cape. I think this could have been a really good addition to the figure as well. So again, this figure has some really good potential, but I think it fails in some little aspects like this. Maybe it's just me nitpicking. Anyway, let's get on with the video. Actually, before I go finish out this video, I wanted to show you the extra pieces as well, because this set comes with a lot of extra pieces. For a $30 set, you get quite a lot here. You get one extra spring-loaded shooter. You get one of, I don't know the identification of half these pieces, but you can kind of see them here while I swoop through. You got a lever, a brown lightsaber hilt, black stud with a hole in it, always useful. 2 pistols in 2 different colors, and the flame, a cheese slope, a bone, droid arm, little stick. But yeah, good selection of extra pieces here. Alright, now I'll finish out the video. Alright guys, that's going to just about do it for the Trouble on Tatooine set. Again, the set comes out on January 1st officially. It might be popping up in some stores somewhere. I know Kohl's had some stock at some point, so check your local Kohl's. You might be able to find one of these. But I think that it is worth the $30. I do like these little builds. I think it could have been a little better, like I said before, if they threw in like a second Tusken Raider, or if, I think that's really one of the big things, that if they just gave like one extra Tusken Raider, or even put in Cobb Vanth, maybe it would have been worth $30, but if you don't think it's worth it, and you don't need the Beskar Mando right now, go wait for it to go down. It'll go down in price in a year's time. But if you want it right now, I do think it's worth $30. It's a good little set. It's got some very interesting builds. So that's going to just about do it for this review, guys. Leave a big thumbs up if you enjoyed. Leave a comment down below. And make sure to go ahead and subscribe if you haven't. I've got a really big video on my other table that's coming probably at the end of this week or beginning of next week. So keep your eyes peeled for that as well, to end the year on a big ol' high note. So stay tuned for that upcoming video. This has been Brian from Watermelon Studios. Peace out, guys.